In the world of high-performance computing, we are beginning to hit a serious wall. It's not a wall of processing power, we can add more cores for that, it's a wall of time, a latency wall. For an entire class of emerging problems, the time it takes to get an answer is more important than how many answers you can get per second. When you need to adjust a control loop in a fusion reactor, switch to a 5G channel in a crowded spectrum, or react to a threat in milliseconds, the round trip from sensor to processor to memory and back again is just too slow. But what if your processor didn't need to talk to memory? What if the computation happened, quite literally, at the speed of light? We met a company that is turning this concept into silicon. They're called Hartley Ultrafast, and they are building what their founder calls
the fastest thinking machines on the planet.
Before we look at their solution, let's define the enemy. Latency. We're not talking about throughput. Throughput is how many tennis balls a machine can throw per hour. Latency is the time between the ball leaving the machine and you catching it. We spoke with Hartley's CEO, Josh Silverstone, to explain why this matters.
If you think about latency is different than kind of how many queries you could process per second, is the time that it takes to get an answer from a question. So if I were to throw you a ball, say a Hartley branded tennis ball here, there's a certain kind of parameter space where you have to kind of think fast enough, right? You have to have time to figure out where the ball's going to go and get your hand there and close at the right time. And if I throw too fast, or if I kind of stand too close and throw, then you can't catch it. And so what we're doing is we're opening up parameter space by being much lower latency.
The fundamental problem in digital electronics is the von Neumann bottleneck. Your processor is fast, but it constantly has to wait for data to be shuffled in and out of RAM. For AI inference, where you're multiplying a vector by a massive matrix of weights, this waiting game kills your performance. A GPU might take a few microseconds. A highly optimized FPGA might get you down to 500 nanoseconds on a very good day. But for the problems Hartley is targeting, even that is an eternity. Hartley's solution is an optoelectronic one. They perform the core of the AI computation, the matrix vector multiplication, in the optical domain. Instead of storing model weights in digital memory, they are physically encoded onto the chip itself. To prove this concept works, they built a machine they are calling Babbage.
This is actually Babbage. He's a he/him.
Okay.
And
nice to meet you, Babbage.
Yeah, he's friendly. Babbage is actually a 12 neural network.
Okay, so he thinks.
He thinks. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We've been trying to teach him a few things.
Okay.
But Babbage runs on optoelectronics. So inside, light is doing the heavy lifting, is doing the thinking.
I just want to briefly tell you about this tiny green box. Now, I would call it the Swiss Army knife of electrical engineers, but others call it an all-in-lab tool, but its legal name is the Analog Discovery 3. Now, I recently made this YouTube video where I breadboarded some circuits to run the 83 through its paces. I checked out its voltmeter, its oscilloscope, its spectrum analyzer, waveform generator, network analyzer, and protocol analyzer, and I would highly recommend you check that video out too right after this.
At first glance, Babbage looks mechanical, almost steampunk. You can see a series of servo motors, so you may think it's slow, but you'd be wrong.
Each of these motors is multiplying an optical signal. So the weight comes in as the position of the motor, and the motors are basically adding loss to the light, and that loss is what is being multiplied into the data path.
So instead of storing all of the different wave values like electronically, which obviously got latency when you load that out of memory, you basically store it within the time it takes for light to travel within the chip.
Yeah.
So it's basically offering infinite, like instant almost.
So even though the motors move very slowly, on timescales, Babbage does his inference in 160 nanoseconds.
Wow.
And the reason for that is that actually it's the light flowing through the motors that takes the time, not the motors themselves moving, which are the weights.
The weights of the neural network are represented by the physical position of the motors, which control how much light is blocked. The input data is encoded as the intensity of light entering the system. The multiplication happens instantly as light passes through. There's no memory fetch. The entire calculation happens as fast as light can travel through the device. On their target chip, they can run models with under 1 million parameters in less than 10 nanoseconds. That is hundreds of times faster than anything else on the market. Everything we've discussed so far is fascinating, but how does a design engineer actually use this? You're not going to be soldering a Babbage onto your next PCB. Well, Hartley's strategy is a chiplet-based co-processor approach.
We are basically thinking about kind of chiplet focused approach where we're using the growing ecosystem of interconnected chips to actually allow kind of big digital devices like FPGAs or like CPUs or GPUs to use us as an oracle, a kind of magic box for asking
a black box.
Exactly, yeah, for asking really low latency machine learning questions.
Imagine your main processor is handling complex logic, but it needs an answer to a recurring time-critical question. For example, is this signal anomalous? Or using the 5G example, which beamforming profile should I use right now? Instead of running a slow inference model locally, it offloads that one question to the Hartley Chiplet, which returns an answer in single-digit nanoseconds. The entire neural network is on the chip. The data streaks through the analog domain, as Josh likes to put it, giving you an answer at the physical limit of how fast information can travel. This level of performance opens up applications that are simply impossible with today's technology. We can think of just a few examples. Real-time process control for chemical reactions with very fast dynamics, next-gen electronic warfare systems that can identify and jam signals in nanoseconds, high-frequency financial trading, where every nanosecond is an advantage. These are fields where machine learning has been waiting on the sidelines because it's always been too slow to keep up with the physics of the real world. So, to summarize, digital AI is hitting a hard latency wall due to memory bottleneck. Hartley Ultrafast is solving this by performing computation with light, encoding AI model weights physically onto their chip. The result is inference in under 10 nanoseconds, hundreds of times faster than FPGAs or GPUs. Their Chiplet coprocessor is designed to integrate into your existing systems, acting as a latency oracle for time-critical tasks. This is the kind of deep tech that doesn't just incrementally improve a spec, it creates entirely new categories of what's possible. If you're an engineer working on the bleeding edge of real-time systems, this is a technology that you need to know about. To find out more, we have technical articles and resources on Hartley Ultrafast over on the ipXchange website, linked in the description below. For decades, we've designed our systems around the bottleneck between memory and processor. So, what impossible problem will you solve when your only speed limit is the speed of light?